Hello Spider Peeps. Well, the computer's out, so it must be Pi Pico time. Right, now, I am a bit of a Jeff Geerling fanboy. You know, Geerling guy off YouTube and GitHub. I first discovered him when I was learning about Ansible, and I honestly was learning about Ansible because it was out of Ender's Game and I thought it was cool, but now I actually use it, which is quite incredible. But I was watching a video by him where he used this GPS module from Waveshare and one of these to do a GPS clock, which he put on his mini rack. And I've also got a mini rack in that place that you've seen once on the channel, but I don't speak of very much. And I decided I wanted to get it. This module is by Waveshare and I've put it in this and it's attached to a Pi Pico 2. On his GitHub, he's got the code for it under Time Pi and Pico Clock Mini Rack. So we can download this and it's also got the STLs for it. I printed this bit out, as you can see. Here's the printout. And I've put this in there, I've put the aerial socket on, and I've got to connect up this 4-digit display. But here's a picture of it. This is what I'm going to do with it. He uses an Adafruit display. Now, Adafruit stuff you can't really get over here. I got this one. So this was from AliExpress, and as you can see, it wasn't too expensive. It was 81p. So this is a yellow one. So I'm going to try and connect this up to the board. So it's got some instructions on how to connect it here. You can see it's just done it with jumpers, and I had a go at that, but I wasn't very successful. So what I want to do is solder some wires onto that. And this is probably going to be a bit boring. So if you're interested in seeing me solder these wires on, it'll be on the outro of the video today. Okay, first thing to do is get the code off GitHub. So you can do this several different ways. I use Gitkraken normally, but you can just download zip there. So I'll download it. Not very big. Okay, so I'm in Thonny now. So I unzipped it, Time Pi Master, and then we've got this Pico mini rack. And it basically says to copy all of these. So there's the GPS module, the main, the segments, and this across to the Pi. I've connected to the Pi. So I go upload to there on the Pi. And there they are. And then I should be able to open that main. So these are the modules, this segment and this 33 and the GPS of one of the modules. So we're bringing them in at the start. This is stuff that I assume Jeff has done this. The nice thing is when you click start, it gives you a little message down the console. So let's try that and see what happens. Oh no, so it's not working. Maybe I've got an issue with the software on the Pi. So I don't know how old this Pi 2 is. So I went off to download the new Pi UF2 file and copied it onto the Pi, and it still doesn't work. So I played with this for ages and ages and ages, and I tested the wiring about 20 times and I couldn't get it, I just couldn't get it to work. So absolutely nothing I did on here would make it light up. But we're getting power to it. While I was looking really close to the wiring, I saw this. Can you see that? Arduino library TM1637 Pi. And I thought it must be that this chip that handles the I2C, and it's probably a microcontroller that controls the segments. It's not the same as the Adafruit one. So let's try and Google that and find that TM1637. So that's an H file, so that's for the Arduino, so that's a C file, I think. Let's Google T1637. If I just Google that, yeah, so it's picked up a segment display, so that's right. But I don't want an H one, I want the Python one. So let's just type Pi after it and see if we can find it. MicroPython driver for TM1637. So we've got this TM1637 here. If I open that up, let's have a look at that. Okay, so this looks like a library. So let's copy this, go to the raw one, and then just do Control A and copy it. So this is called the TM1637. So let's go back to Thonny and let's create a new file here. So new file, and let's call it TM1637.py. And I'll paste that in there. So Mike Causa's written this, so thank you, Mike Causa. So how do we plumb this into here? So let's look what they're doing in here. So we don't care about the GPS bit, but this bit is the Adafruit display. So let's do from TM1637 import. Okay, don't need pi, do I? So from that, import that. So does that do anything? Let's just stop it, make sure we're still connected. We are. Run that. Okay, can't import the name, so this must be different. Let's just try importing the whole library. See whether that works. Save that. Run that. Okay, so that's worked, and this is that same timeout. Let's just go back to GitHub, because there was also this test file. So what do they do to set it up? So we've got all of the settings there, and then we've got this TM is that. So let's copy that, and where we've got the display, so instead of doing TM, let's do display equals that, and hopefully it's the same. All right, so we've hidden that one, and the pins are the same. Look, clock, CL there, clock, pin 5, and data, pin 4. So I think that's the same. So let's run that. Let's see whether that does anything. Run. Okay, what's it say? The object has no attribute set brightness. All right, so let's not care about brightness. Comment that out and run it again. Attribute object has no set glyph. So that's line 28. Line 28, set glyph. So that's showing dashes. Okay, so let's go back to the demo file and see if there's anything there that says dashes. Oh look, it's that cool dead beef. So it looks like it can display strings, which is what we want. Show. Okay, that looks like a string. So let's copy that back to Thunny. So what's this doing? This is turning the colon off. I don't actually think we need this then, do we? So let's get rid of that. But we've got to do the display show. So let's change that to display show -1 to 3. Well, let's test it with that. Let's see what happens. Run. Is it doing anything? Yes. It's upside down, but yeah, that's -1 2 3. -1 2 3. Yeah. Okay. This is promising. So let's just change that to dash 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 dash. So you can display strings on it. Well, let's see what that does to start with. Let's run that. Yes, so that's got the dash 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 dash. So that's good. We've actually got the thing working now. So now we've just got to change the rest of probably Jeff's code to get this working. So it's erroring, saying there's nothing with set colons. So let's not worry about the colons. That looks like that's turning the colon off there. So let's get rid of that and run it. Object has no attribute draw. All right, so this Adafruit, you must have to set that up and then make the screen work. Now we've seen that on the screen already, so we can hide that. Okay, we get in there. Oh, waiting for initial GPS fix. Lovely. All right, so I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to get a GPS fix in the cave. Well, anyway, let's go and have a look at what else might happen after that. So it's waiting for the fix. We're looking for stuff that says display. So this is the show dashes. That we're all right there because we fixed that show dashes because that's what's working. This is if it loses it, it does different things, and this is what updates the display. So it looks like this display set number, set number, set number. Okay, so yeah, if it was 1800, that would be 1, that would be 8. So they're doing a divide and a mod divide. Same for the numbers to get each digit. On Adafruits, you must have to write each of the numbers one by one. Then maybe that's what the display draw is. But I don't think we need to do that. So if we wanted to display a time, look, time show that true. Okay, I think because we're not going to get a GPS lock, let me go back and go up here where we set this display, and after that let's just test it here. So display show 12:59 true. What does the true do? Let's run that. Oh, 12:59. It's a bit flickery. So that's good. So what's that true do? Let's get rid of that true. Well, false. It's the same, isn't it? Oh no, the colon's gone. Right. So this must be show the colon. So when we've got the GPS fix, we've just got to display it like that. So we've got each of those set numbers, and you've got hours dividing. So I assume that's an integer. So here, how might we do this? Well, let's just do display. We've just got to do two numbers together, haven't we? What does it do if we've got to show two numbers? Oh, we can do it like that. Well, we could do it. Is there another way of showing a number? Oh, look. TM numbers and both of them. So can I just do that? Let's go back to my test bit. I've still not got a GPS fix. For do numbers 12 and 59 there, so that's got to be numbers. It's got to be hours and minutes. It's got to be that, hasn't it? Hours and minutes. So let's try that at the top. Where's my show bit? So display show, and let's do 1842. See whether that works. Run that. That's not done it, has it? Does that have to be? Maybe it's not string. Let's run it with that run. Oh, 1842. So they've got to be display numbers, of course, isn't it? What happens if I do true there? Can I do true after it? Well, I need to do false. Let's do false and see whether that hides the colon. Yeah, it does. So I can put the two numbers in separately. So that's okay there. So let's, down the bottom then, we can do display hours and minutes, and it looks like it comes with the colon if you don't specify it. So let's turn these set numbers off because they're not going to work anyway, I don't think. I'm going to go and get the aerial, see if I can get a GPS lock. Hopefully that gives it an aerial. It's good job it's a very long cable. So let's get rid of this from up here. Run it again. And now let's wait to see whether get it to work. So it's supposed to show this while it's not locked. And then hopefully the time will work when we get a lock. Did it? 15:26. That's not the time now, but it is 21:26. All right, so we've got the minutes right. So there must be something else. Oh, look, standard offset there. So let's set that to GMT, which is where the cave is. Stop that, run it again. And now it's 21:27, which is the time it is when I'm recording. So it's working, yay! But this is crashing. All right, so TM, it's got no object set colon. So there's that colon thing we've got to sort out. So let's just, I think we need to copy that again. The colon bit here. So it's not set colon true anymore, is it? So we've got to do the time and then just put true after it. Or let's get rid of that display drawer, because we established we didn't need that either, didn't we? Well, let's copy that here. We've got to make this false. So what's this doing? This is doing some jiggery pokery, isn't it? So if int seconds modulo 2 equals 0, so that's saying if it's a, what's that? If that's an even number of seconds, then give it a true. So let's copy that. So I should be able to put that there. Then we should be okay. And then I can get rid of, well, let's not get rid of it. Let's just hash it out. And I've not saved it for a while. I better save. So let's stop that and let's see if it runs better. Yes. It's working. This is a bit flickery, but it's working. That's it. Yay! Ported Jeff's code to use the TM1637 library. Now, I don't think I need these, so I could probably just delete these from the Pico. So let's delete that one, yeah, and delete that. So it looks like to talk to, this is a simpler library, really, this 1637, to actually use it. So let's yeah, that's saved. Will this work now? No module. Oh no, that's okay. So we don't need to import that. Let's save that and run it. And it's fixed straight away. So now we should be able to, if I turn Thunny off and then unplug this. So if I just plug it into normal power, it's now working. Obviously we don't get the updates of when it's getting the GPS lock, but hopefully as soon as it does, let's make this exciting and turn the lights off, it should give us the time. This looks like an oscilloscope screen. Looks like 50s sci-fi. Ah, come on now. Come on now, further. $21.37. Yay. Okay, Spider Peeps. So, yeah, if you're interested in doing one of these GPS clocks, I'll put a link to Jeff's repository in this, and I might put my conversion for this AliExpress 4-digit display driver. I might put that on my GitHub as well. So I'll put links to all of this stuff in the description. All right, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. Okay, so if I plug in this now, and this has got a power LED on it, so if I plug this in and I've got the wiring correct, I should at least get a power to light up on that. Yes, all right. So hopefully I've got that all wired correctly.